Hi guys, I hope you guys are doing good and are doing great. Welcome back. Welcome back. Let's see how we can get this thing off the road. Well, about yesterday, got a message saying that can you please make it start with yesterday's analysis and then go on to the new one because you might not even find enough time to be able to do that. So I thought then I might as well start with the analysis and see if maybe in that way it becomes much more easier or not. Okay. So yeah, let's have it. We checked on V100, the first video that we started on. We're just checking on how it went for the rest of the week. Did it respect it? Did not? But I can see on 1 hour it actually went up and came down, obviously from our point, and it did not give us an entry point, which is pretty much good. And obviously there was no entry point going all the way um, all the way down. So to where it is right now, still no entry point until you get the full confirmation that the market is making a bit of a reversal. Then you can take it, right? Let's go down to 1 hour. I just had to do this, guys, and see if we are able to get it up running quick and good. So let's see. So yeah, and that's basically it. And then we check again on H1. um Guys, sorry, I almost made this video, but I tried to make this video earlier on, but when it comes to saving it I could not. So that's why I'm doing it late. It's already in the evening, but I said let me do it either way because people might be expecting it. Okay. And to the guys that we are doing live and they're watching live now, it's very simple, guys. It's really straightforward. You just follow what I'm just saying. If you got a question, send it on my WhatsApp, then I can just simply answer you as quick as possible. So here, obviously, there was no entry. I took some time in here when I was just doing it earlier on. Those also did see it. There was no entry in there. Henceforth, we didn't take this one, but we did take this entry because of this candlestick in here, the green one, going up to this level. On obviously, our entry was in the bottom here, and we took our profit in there. And obviously, there was an entry for sell, but we are not in the entry for sell. However, this morning we did try to take some entry for sell, and I think even right now they're still running the sells, which is pretty much good and cool at the same time. Why we didn't take this is because we were expecting the market to continue with these buyers, and they did not. So and like I said, slogans still continue. We trade what we anticipate. So if it's not what you anticipated, don't just move around and just do whatever that you are thinking. Although there's a saying that goes like, you don't tell the market what to do, but the market tells you what it wants to do and you follow it. But when the market tells me that it gives me this, then obviously I anticipate a continuation. If it doesn't happen, then it doesn't happen. Then I start to look for other possibilities. If there's no trade, there's no trade, guys. In 4 hours, obviously we didn't see a trade. Finish with that. Obviously, going to 1 hour. 1 hour is the one and the same thing that you saw on H1, which pretty much gives you the continuation, which is obviously the continuation here towards the downside. At the moment, it's supporting the downside, which is pretty much good, and we're going to stop here. Maybe if you want to look on your 15 minutes as well, probably will tell you the reason why you mustn't put some entries in there that are just unnecessary. The reason why we entered, there was a double bottom in here, and obviously was a cross there, and our entry going up there and coming down like this. I think it was like this. When it went up for a second time, that's when we closed it. Coming down like this, we knew it was a continuation. As you can see, there is a continuation to the downside. So we are done with us. So let's check in verse 75, and then we're gonna look at today. straight and new setups and do which is going to be V50. 475 1S, guys, is a very nice trade that I think yesterday we analyzed it like the way it's happening right now, because what we anticipated, probably the marks will still be here. Hopefully, I hope so. Remember, guys, I said to you we'll be expecting a little bit of a bounce in here, probably a bounce that will lead to that. Hopefully we do get it, and if we don't get it, it's not a problem. We didn't get the bounce. The two bounces that we're expecting, this, if this bounce hold, then this bounce hold, then the market probably move to the upside, and or we'll be ready to catch our profit in these two areas in here. We'll be ready to catch our profit. First, our profit will have to be fixed in here. That's the first one, and then that's going to be the first profit that if it doesn't get there, obviously you know what's the story, it's going to cut us in the middle of nowhere. And obviously if it comes down like this is going to be the entry, that the area that we're looking for a bounce going to. If it continues way further than that, we are already drawn out, and we're not part of the participants in this trade in Opulence Kings. On H4 tells us one of the most important things that I think, guys, you need to notice and realize. Okay, what I said is a little bit of a reversal in here, and it did happen exactly. So I'm glad that all the stuff that we did yesterday, they are coming into play, and you can be able to see it coming into play exactly as we anticipated. So now it's a very good reversal that we could have taken. Hopefully I did take this trade, man. I think so, because I'm still trading going downwardsly. So let me just do a little bit of confirmation with you guys, if I did take the trade. If I did not, it's still fine. If I did not, it's still fine. But if I did, then that's pretty much good. Oh shucks, as you can see here, we're expecting a little bit of a move to the downside, which was a pretty much good move to the downside. And I'm gonna close one because it's a scalp, guys. Like it's a it's a scalp. Okay, it's a scalp to the downside, but I can probably open it. That's a V100 1S. Like I said, we did make some entries. Obviously the first entry was there, going down, take profits, 2 of them, and now we've made another entry because we got a good one. And obviously, yes, here we go. This is the one that I actually wanted to fully check on, guys, and we did get this. We made this entry, so I'm locking in here probably for $500 move to the downside, which is pretty much good. I like that. So so that's basically that. Just wanted to check and confirm that if I did make this entry, so I don't tell you something that I didn't do, tell you something that I'm doing as well. So I've made this entry, and it's a pretty much good entry towards the downside. So on H1, what do we see? It was not a very deeper pullback, and it's not, I don't think it's supported by Fibonacci as well, but let's check if it's supported by Fibonacci. But one of the reasons I entered is because of okay, it was way closer. Remember, I take my trades when there's as above this, so even if it doesn't touch or it does touch, I'd still take my profit. I still take my trade going to the downside, depending on what do I see on the smaller time frame. So let's look for entries here. If we did get an entry here, obviously what my students have not yet gotten this entry and entered this entry, because obviously it's still not yet giving full confirmation. But with the other ones that I'm doing, and if they've done it with doing some analysis probably nicely, so they would have entered, and they have entered pretty much nicely. So what are we looking at now? I've done it, and I hope it's gonna come out good, right? I've got a visitor, guys, which is my kid. Nice one. Okay, we're going to look at what are we expecting on the next movements going to volatility 50. What are we going to be focusing on? Volatility 50 Remember, guys, what I said, few candlesticks, pretty much fine, enough information, and you can be able to trade nicely. So, okay. And with the candlesticks, the way they are moving and the way they're doing everything, it tells us a lot of things. Just one candlestick can tell you a lot of information. So let me let you in into a little bit of a small class in here. Okay, small class. Now let's look. And this just few market. Let's say that in this few candlesticks, right? It's a few candlesticks. They're not even 100. Probably when you're gonna calculate them, you're not gonna find 100 candlesticks in here. But they're less than it. So if the candlesticks are less than 100, then that's pretty much fine. My kid is just poking me now, wanting to see what I would have to say. Okay, now look at what is really happening. So, what is really happening in here? What's really happening in here is the following. When you've got important candlesticks, because that's what is important here. You look for direction, you look for the candlesticks, you look for the more information that the candlesticks are telling you. A candlestick like that's not a definite one. Clear this. Sorry, guys, for a little bit of suspense in here. So now you're looking at what's happening when you see candlesticks. Like, how much information do they tell you? You look at candlestick like this one, a straight out candlestick that has got a little bit of a header and a little bit of a tape, right? This candlestick tells you whatever it is, if it's blue or going up like this, it tells you that buyers are more in control. Buyers have got money than the sellers do have, right? So whoever, if there's a red one, tells you that the red one has got a lot of money that they've dumped in the market, right? And or they've got a lot of whatsoever that they've dumped in the market. So that's what it tells you. If you get a candlestick um, like this one, this simply tells you that whatever they've tried in here, whatever fight they've tried to bring in here, whoever ends up here is the one that has got more power, because it's like you hit me with a punch and I hit you much harder. If it's a red one, then that means I opened up here, right? The blue ones are like good, the green ones are like buyers are like good, it's our market, and they push the market upwards like this, right? And then the red ones push the market downwards, like the sellers push the market downwards, and then they end there. So they hit harder with a huge punch. What's going to be the next candlestick that you probably anticipate here? I'm not going to anticipate a candlestick that is just going to simply fly up like this and then it continues the market as if nothing happened. I'm going to expect a little bit of a movement towards the downside. Could be either a little bit of a movement like this. They can put whatever fight they want to put or whatsoever big whatsoever that comes, but there is definitely going to be a downward movement. So what does the candlestick tell you? The candlestick tells you that whoever ends up here, whether he ends here or ends there, has got much more power than the other one. I hope you guys understand that. If it's a buyer, the buyer's got more power. The seller's got more power. Okay, let's check for some examples, right? A little bit of an example before we go into a full analysis of this and top-down analysis, right? Look at this candlestick, right? That's a the green one. It's a very bold one. It's a bold candlestick. What does it tell you? Number one, it tells you the buyers is in control, and it tells you again that we are going upwards, right? It tells me it's a very typical candlestick that I'm just showing you right now that probably will have a little bit of a different interpretation than the one that I've just showed you now. It tells you that we are strong. We have dumped all of our money in here. We are bold that we're driving this market to the upside, right? And it's a nice one, and it closed above this one. It tells you how bold and how strong they are, right? But what did how then do you trade this one? I will be waiting for this one to break above, and then I would trade going where? Going upward. But it didn't do that, right? And this thing not doing that. Instead, the guys that came in next, they with no hesitation, they came down, pushing, riding down the market to the downside like this, and they tried to pull back the market again, the buyers, because they like it's our territory, but they failed, right? So this wouldn't have been any trade that I have entered in here. Why? Because of the next guy that came in, right? It didn't give me much more information. The information that it gives me, this guy gives me that we are very bullish, right? But the next guy needs to give you and tell you that if you guys will break above me, then you guys can go above. But if you fail to do so, then we're going to drive you down. And if we drive you down, that's what is happening. Okay. So now, and the next candlestick that comes out again pushes the market to the downside. Now, what happened to this guy? This guy's money is exhausted. Everything that this guy had, these guys have taken him down, and have gained up on him, and nothing that he has. Okay. And another thing that makes this candlestick to fail that much and stronger and harder is because of it's a resistance in here. So obviously you would expect them to push the market to the downside. So if you get a candlestick like this and a breakout like this, you need to wait for more information that's going to happen in the market, right? But let's say, for example, it happened round about here. If it happened round about here, and obviously you didn't get a break above this, and you didn't get a break above this, right? So if you didn't get a break above this, then you wait for the market. What I normally do, I wait for this candlestick to be at 61.8 or 0.60 .618, something like that. Some other people call it like that, the Fibonacci retracement, and I can be able to trade it. But if it doesn't give me a right thing, then I won't be able to trade. So would you say to me, so what's going to be the entry if I was only trading here? The entry that I'm going to tell you if you're trading here was that be careful of this, because obviously if you're careful of this, then you know that you know what's good for you. You wait for enough information. Then if it was a year of trading, this little candlestick representing a year, you're not going to trade the following year because you don't have enough information, unless you've got enough information that tells you that the news is obviously is going to tell you that this thing is going down, then you'll be able to enter this trade. So I hope I did give a little bit of insight and a little bit of information. Like I said, I'm not going to dish out everything, but just to give you a little bit of information, it's going to be pretty much good and pretty much cool. However, I will still hold a webinar that's going to be recorded and we'll post it on YouTube as well. So for the people that are getting this thing on YouTube, then I think it's pretty much cool. So yeah, let's dive into it. Let's dive into it, into the live. Let's dive into the live analysis. Okay. Live analysis. Okay. Now, with the live analysis, I wanted to understand that this, for me, anybody could interpret it as something that's going down. On the 1 hour, on the daily, I don't see a trade. And if there's a trade that I'm seeing, it should be a sell trade. But I rather not trade this market, because this market, for me, it still looks like a market that is being driven where? To an upside direction. Looks like a market that is being driven to an upside direction. It's a slow move to the upside direction, but it's a market that is driven to the upside direction. So I don't see an entry in here. Henceforth, then I won't trade this market, right? So now going down to a small time frame, which is 4 hours. What do we see? We see a huge correction that is happening, that went up, down, up, down, up, down, up, down. So if you were to trade this, obviously your areas of interest that you're going to be looking for. This is the first area of interest that you're going to be looking for. You're going to be looking forward for a buy in here. A little bit of bounce in here would be pretty much good, because the market that has it's kind of, I think it's so far it has sustained its movement. It has sustained its drive, and it's still, I can't see. I just wanted to mark this is a little bit of buy. So on 4 hours, this is the area that you'll be looking forward to have. My God, arrows. Yep, as the one I'm looking for. So you'll be looking forward to see if there's going to be a little bit of a bounce in here. It might be a little bit. It might be a bit hesitant to make a turn around about here, somewhere around about there. Then, but I know for a fact that if I get a little bit of something that looks like this, um, pin bars, dragonfly, or something that is very bullish in here, then I might as well take the market to the upside and ride it the way it needs to be readed, to the upside, guys. So that's basically it. But otherwise, not a lot of pressure, um, but a little bit of a drive to the upside, and it's pretty much good. Then now we're looking at for 1 hour. 1 hour, what do we see? 1 hour, it's not a lot of information except the same information that we just looked at. Let me make a little bit of the candlesticks a bit bigger. What do we see? It's still one and the same thing that we saw on. It's not a lot of information, but should we get anything interesting run about this area, we will be interested into buying the market back upwards. But at the moment, you can see that the market is like it's not trending. It's very corrective, and with the market that is very corrective, then anything it's possible. So we'll be looking forward for to see our buys um, anywhere in this area. Let me just put this thing. Anywhere in this area, we'll be looking forward to see our buys. Anywhere in this area, we'll be looking forward to see our buys. If we get our good buys, then we take the market to the upside, and would be pretty much good. So that's it with the analysis. I think this was pretty much fast, except that if I didn't make sense, because I would think that I'm fast, but actually didn't make any sense. So I'm gonna save this video. Anybody that wants it, please ask me, and I will definitely send it through to you, either via WhatsApp, Facebook, whatsoever. I'll definitely send it through to you. It's live analysis. They're free of charge. We don't charge you for this, and we're just hoping to help people, and they make enough money, and we'll be able to drive them up. So yeah, you definitely. That's basically it. I hope you guys are good and are doing well. Um, you want me to look at something else again, please let me know. But we'll be moving with the list, and the list tomorrow will be sending us in V25. I think it's going to be Monday. I'll be sending us in V25, probably either Monday or tomorrow and Sunday, probably one of these two will be finished, and next week we'll be busy with the rest. With the crescent boom, I will definitely look at it as well, but it's not going to be what we mainly focus on. And as you can see, that this thing takes a lot of time to happen. Might take the whole month to happen. Might take just a few minutes to happen, but eventually it will end up happening. So guys, hope I see you next time. Stay tuned and enjoy yourself.